If my Jordans don't look like this, my Jordan logo don't look like this, I'm not buying it anymore.
A new thicker Michael Jordan. Is that what you're saying?
and Nikita.
I like my so it's not even a silhouette. It's just Nikita Lyons on there. Spread eagle. I can fly like an eagle. But
I'm gonna make polo shirts like the Lacoste shirts with Nikita Lyons just like that.
But thanks, Trapper Jones. I understand what you're doing here. We need to get our views up, and she's the only one that brings our views up. I understand that. I understand it. But she has nothing or dick on to do with wrestling in the midweek.
I thought you would say that. That's why that isn't actually the thumbnail. It's this.
Oh, I've been set up. Oh,
it is this.
She still made it. That's the point.
And no. So I was actually looking for the handshake of Mox and Danielson, but there are no good images of that at all.
Oh, okay.
And then the screen grabs I get, the AEW on-screen graphic on it covers up half of it, so it ruins the actual image for a thumbnail. So I was like, forget it.
Well, at the end of the day, what you're saying is AEW, cut the shit. Get the shit together.
Get your shit together.
Give me good images.
Get your shit together.
WWE always have the images ready and go and video and ready. It's like, oh, this is for you guys, the people on the internet, to me right away. Damn you, Solo. I would prefer this just being what you call. If you're gonna go full Nikita Lyons, just make it this. Just 15 different images of Nikita Lyons doing the one move she has. The one wrestling move she has.
No, she's got that kick. That's two moves.
Look at that in that match, she only did this. I remember her doing this in the kick. And I was like, that's all you're bringing? That's all you're bringing? You were almost called to the main roster last week.
I mean, I also have this in reserve.
Viscera's son has finally made it. The world's
I was gonna say you debuted on NXT this week.
Ah, that's me. Also very accurate.
He's not that bad, you know. Like for his size, he ain't that bad.
He was limber. It was like 10 seconds. He was limber.
Yeah.
But I can imagine this is the moment that killed the Velveteen Dream going, I have no chance of coming back, huh? No.
That's why he released that video.
What if I can imagine in the back, what if Goldust, Viscera, and Biggie Smalls had a baby? This is what you get.
Yeah, but so his attire is a tribute to King Mabel. Your microphone's gone on mute, Marcus. So what I'm gonna do is run. Are you back?
I'm back, but do what you're gonna do anyway.
So I was gonna run the credits, not the credits, the opener, and then we'll be back right after that.
Roll the credits. It's over.
I'm Shotzi Blackheart, the ballsy badass, and you are watching the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. Remember to like the video and subscribe. Ow, ow, ow!
Hey! Oh! Check out the Marcus and Manny show.
I hate you both right now. You guys are ridiculous.
Welcome, everyone, to a new edition of the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. I'm an exhausted Lord Manny Hayes, joined by
Marcus, the Grand Finale. I feel like I had nothing. I couldn't think of anything. I was like, how am I doing this introduction? You said you're exhausted, and I didn't want to say I was exhausted, but I would also like to welcome everybody to the new era, this brand new era of the Untitled Manny and Marcus show as we evolved from our 2.0.
Oh, Marcus, your whole setup's messed up again. But what I'm going to say is yesterday on ETE, apparently there was a narrative before the show even started that I got fired or that I died.
Yeah.
And I don't understand where this came from.
I know.
Marcus?
You put one thumbnail that says NXT on there, and all of a sudden it's like, where's Manny? This is ridiculous. I was like, this is what's going to happen when I do eventually fire Manny. This is what's going to happen. It's going to be a boycott. It's going to be, it's not the same. It's going to be like when Regis Philbin got rid of Kathy Lee and they attacked Rhea Ripley.
And
Kelly Ripley.
And I'm just going to say, you didn't do the story justice.
What story? Yeah.
Yeah, you got Jamal talking all over it. You got Genesis talking all over it. No.
Yeah, that's how we expect it. It's gonna be a full cover up when you're dead, Manny. We're just gonna bring it up. We're gonna put the quick the date up, and then it's gonna be like, move on. The show must go on. The show must go on.
Unacceptable. Just for that, ETE is not making any best of appearance in September.
Son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. You died.
Wes said this is a season premiere thing of the Untitled Manny and Marcus show.
Could be.
No, it's the Emmys. We're giving out awards.
I doubt if we keep them all ourselves, you know it. And the winner for the best TV show of the like the Emmys did that one year. I would respect them. We're giving it to ourselves. You know what we did? The Emmys was amazing last year. We put it in work. We won. Okay, we did it. Not you, because we never get rewards for ourselves. There are no variety awards for award shows. We're giving it to ourselves. Y'all can kiss our ass. Each and every one of you. Best performer, the Emmy.
The Emmy. Marcus's audio keeps dropping out. What should we do? We should move on, maybe to cover AEW Dynamite while Marcus struggles to get his situation fixed. We were going to cover some news. So NXT had taped the next couple of episodes. And unfortunately, Tony D'Angelo has apparently suffered an injury during one of the tapings.
No, not your boy. Yeah,
normally people go, "Oh, maybe he was just selling really well." No, it's not an option. The match was stopped, according to reports. So, but no one can really tell what the injury was. Some said it was a head injury, but other people are saying it was a knee injury. So there's no clarity on what the injury was, other than he is injured.
Shout out to wrestling journalists. Shout out to the wrestling journalists. It could be a head or a knee. That's so many different parts of the body. It could be an eye. It could be a nose. It could be a toe. It could be a finger.
Staying in the realm of NXT, you may have seen the new NXT logo come about with white and gold returning. But it's not black and gold anymore. It's white and gold. With that comes the return of NXT takeovers. The takeover name being used again. Apparently, the first NXT takeover will be Halloween Havoc on Saturday, October 22nd.
I'm there.
Which we're gonna do a watch along, even if Marcus is working, because we've got Wes, who is always available on Saturday. So where's Marcus' calendar? Don't be tending none of those weird Halloween sex parties you usually go to.
Blah. He's dressed as Dracula. They're so weird. I don't know why he sends me videos every year. Just blah. He goes, I'm going to suck your blood, blah. And I'm like, you're naked, dude. Don't do it. Don't do it. This is gross. Is that even a costume from Spirit? No, that is a knockoff costume you made that says it's from Spirit. Damn it, Wes.
Well, you said the key party is next weekend, so that explains where you that explains where you go during half of the watch-alongs you're at. Yeah. Marcus, you want to cover this? I think you have better detail of this Velveteen Dream EC3 response to EC3's claim that Velveteen was recording people in his bathroom.
Yeah, I want to also say that I have just as much facts as any of the wrestling people covering this or anybody speaking on it. Just as many facts as EC3 and probably Velveteen Dream. EC3 accused Velveteen Dream of hiding his camera phone or something in the bathroom, looking at people's dicks. EC3 finally found this information as he was fixing his father's computer. Apparently, he sent out a video on Instagram talking about EC3, you're a piece of shit. You're addicted to coke too. There was a lot of coke. You're a pissy drunk, passed out in the corner. And then you guys took my phone because I left it in the bathroom. And then your homie, who is a mutual Raw superstar, Fred, checked the phone and said, yo, there's nothing on here. But EC3 said he deleted the footage. So that's where we are with this. And I would like to say for both parties, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. For everybody at that party who was probably indulging in the cocaine, and I'm just going to just spell out random NXT names. They have no affiliation to the party. But Robert Roode, Apollo Crews, Finn Balor, I don't know, Shinsuke Nakamura, Braun Strowman, Drake Maverick, Johnny Gargano, Tozawa, all of you, Dana Brooks, Mojo Rawley, might be Mojo.
I don't think it's Mojo.
He has to figure out a way to stay hyped, Manny. He had to figure out a way to stay hyped. So, but what I'm figuring out, the new logo for NXT and EC3 all put together is that they're bringing the cocaine back to the NXT. That's the new black and white black logo, or black gold white logo represents. Thank you.
So
Boa was at the party. You know, him and Wendy Chu.
Boa was dealing at the party. That means
Keith Lee and me.
Nah, Keith Lee was too busy being fat.
Doesn't stop him from doing cocaine, Manny. There is no weight limit to cocaine.
There ain't fat people that do cocaine.
There are fat people that do cocaine. I'm sure it has to be. I'm sure there's a bunch of fat cats in Hollywood that does it. I'm sure Jonah Hill was on cocaine. That's how he lost his weight.
Yeah, so how do you explain Keith Lee? He's still fat.
Well, he almost died from it. So, you know. No, he's off. Okay, I don't know.
So let's move into AEW Dynamite, where it kicks off with Jon Moxley versus Sammy Guevara in the AEW Championship Tournament. Jon Moxley wins despite interference from a kick to the balls from Tay Conti.
Yeah, you know, he sold it at the end of the match and questions the referee, what are you looking at? I got kicked in the nuts. And the referee's like, what? No, you didn't. Yeah, I did. She kicked me in the nuts. What? Where was I? Clearly not watching. Clearly not looking at any of this. That was my interpretation of the ending when Jon Moxley was parading the referee. But
it was a pretty good match. It was a really good match. I don't like Sammy Guevara at all. So I will not give him any additional praise because he has the face of a cunt. But
damn.
But the match that him and Jon Moxley put together was a really good match.
I would like to think the new face of a cunt is Sammy Guevara. That's what we should have. Cunt face, Sammy Guevara. No, I do not like Sammy at all. And I think he's a terrible wrestler. And I think none of his moves make sense. And he's slow on the ropes. He has Pac disease where he's slow to do any of his moves.
Nah, he's faster than Pac, though. Pac is he's
slow. He was slow, too. Like, every move he did in this match seemed slow. Like, it didn't seem organic. Moxley was just waiting around for an hour. I'm just happy that Jon Moxley didn't bleed all over the place in this one. I was like, don't make it. Don't have Sammy make you bleed. That's the one. But Jon Moxley advances. Not surprised. I didn't see Sammy Guevara. By the way, the story that Jon Moxley was supposed to go on vacation before all the Young Bucks and Punk and the entire AEW management got to their kerfuffle in the back. I would honestly, if I'm him, I'm pissed. Me and Renee were going on vacation. We were going to take a month off. We were going to enjoy life. You fucking ruined it.
Was he included in the PWI top 10? He wasn't, was he?
He was not.
Despite him bleeding all over the place, I feel like he should be in that top 10.
Yeah, because they do keep the kayfabe up. The dude isn't losing, and he isn't doing random jobs. He's winning all his matches. He's the most popular person on their television currently. Now that CM Punk is suspended, injured.
Yeah, because it doesn't make sense why it doesn't. Like, I get the kayfabe with Seth Rollins not being in the top 10, but he had put over a lot of years. He has a great year of putting people over, and then his character's insane. So I feel it's really strange that those two were left out of the top 10.
Yeah,
because
I'm okay with Rollins being out.
I don't think Gresham should be in that top. I don't think Gresham should be in that top 10.
Well, in kayfabe, Gresham should be there, as explained to me by Jamal and a few other people. And I even watched Codaholic. It's like Gresham should be in there when you put all the kayfabe points in there. He's had all the belts.
You can put the kayfabe.
He had the progress belt. He had to,
yeah. But Marcus, I'm talking about.
He had it for a long time.
No. I'm going by strength.
Won a bunch of matches.
I'm going by strength of division. Strength of division.
No, but Viking the Hilo probably shouldn't have been in there, and Cody's a questionable one too.
Cody should be in there
for full kayfabe, but they also have influence and stuff. I can see him getting points for that, but he shouldn't be in there. Bryan Danielson probably shouldn't be in there, even though he is the best wrestler in the world. He had matches, but he's lost every big match he's had. He hasn't won anything, so I question how they put it together. But I agree with the 1 and 2, Roman and Okada.
Yeah,
no Jay White either.
And then we get MJF cutting a promo. He says it pisses MJ off that Moxley has a look in his eye of a man with no fear. MJF calls John Moxley a joke, claims he isn't a character, but John Moxley is. And then he mocks John's childhood.
Yeah, that you got to. I like that, but he read the book though. He paid for the book. That would be my boxing thing. You read the book, huh? Hey, I got some money for you.
How do you know? He might have downloaded the PDF.
Oh, dang. Do you think MJF is the kind of guy that wouldn't pay for a book?
Yes.
He's also the kind of guy.
Tony probably won't even pay him money because he rips off.
I also think he's the kind of guy that would, in character wise, would pay a guy to read the book for him and say, "Tell me what's going on in this book." What happened? He had a horrible childhood. He's white trash. Using that in the promo. That's all I need.
He proclaims that the AEW title is his. MJF is a demon that Moxley can't slay. Then that brings out Stokely Hathaway and the now renamed group, The Firm. I don't think that suits them.
I'm okay with it. It's based off the Dr. Dre team. The Firm, they flopped, but
Yeah, but I also find that I know it's not on the same level but the Gallus boys also call themselves the Firm.
Yeah, but they call themselves say it again, Manny?
The Firm.
Yeah. Once you put the accent in there, it's a completely different team.
They explain that they are MJF's support system. When MJF don't need them, they go their separate ways. And they explain what they all want, their desires. Stokely says he's working on some blackmail, which I don't understand.
He wakes up for blackmail.
Yeah.
Blackmail. I'm going like, man, what happened to you?
What did Jay do to you?
Who wakes up? Who wakes up and says, "Can't wait to do some blackmail today"? I'm excited about blackmail.
So that was the opening segments of AEW Dynamite, and I was entertained. I was thoroughly entertained by this.
Okay, I want to also put out for the record, and I want this to be stated. I don't know if this is the Guinness World Record for the longest talking in the history of AEW. I think they went 30 minutes. I think they went 30 because you go to MJF ranting about Mox and all that and whatever, which he's transitioned to like a full Apple keynotes. Like, let me bring out the firm. This could have been done. We couldn't have built these firms without these guys.
You can't call it Apple keynote because those transitions in Apple keynotes are crisp. Like when they were displaying the new the AirPods Pros, she went from inside a train and then transitioned out into like a construction site, and I was like, how?
Well, I was going over the previous Apple keynotes when they were doing it in the theater, not the new digitally enhanced where
No, the
new
digital ones are insane.
Yeah, I see it and I go like, they spent way too much time on this. They spent more time on these transitions and this keynote than they actually did developing a new phone. So what's the phone gonna look like? I'm working on transition. What's the phone gonna look like? Oh, it's the same one. Same.
Just use the same. It's just same thing as last year. It's fine.
Are we gonna add new features? Ask Samsung or Google. What they doing? What they doing on these streets? We don't gotta innovate no more. We got the name. We won. We got the name. People are gonna come to us because we have the name and the brand. We were first. They are gonna have probably the better phone or whatnot. They're better stuff. I don't understand the Samsung and Google phones or whatever. I can only read Apple apparently, but it's just those transitions are serious. But anyway, back to this.
How do you feel about it? Because I know. How do you feel about it? Because I know your feeling about groups in AEW.
Well, this one, I already feel like they went their separate ways by the end of the show. Ethan Page is not only beating up Luigi Primo. And feuding with Danhausen. I go like, this has nothing to. You just gave me a keynote about what your goals were in life. They have nothing to do with this. Nothing. It's like that'd be like John Cena going like, I'm going to go for my, past Ric Flair for the title, but first I need to fight R-Truth one last time and Dana Brooks. That's what it looked like he went to. Like, he's like, oh, Ethan Page. Like everybody else, their virtue in their presentation is okay. Ethan Page has to go through these fucking clowns on Rampage.
Yeah. And then we move into our second match of the night, which was Jungle Boy versus Jay Lethal. Another okay match.
This is a good match. I enjoy it.
Yeah, but it served its purpose, but like with Christian gone, they're now focusing on Jungle Boy and versus Luchasaurus, which I don't think is generally going to be a good kind of feud.
We still have no explanation why Luchasaurus is doing anything he's doing.
Yeah,
like is it just that time of the month, or that time of the century for a dinosaur, where he just goes off and just is all pissy and bitchy or something? I don't know. My main problem with this segment is the same problem I have with every Jay Lethal segment. Sanjay Dutt annoys the shit out of me. He's the worst.
Even he's supposed to be annoying.
Yeah, but no, I think he's bad at it. That's the problem. Like, it's one thing to be annoying, but then to also be bad at being annoying is terrible. Like he's too over the top. Like it just seems like what Jay doesn't need him. Jay doesn't need a mouthpiece. If Jay wants to be annoying, Jay can do it better. Jay can do everything he's doing better. So just have Jay Lethal talk. Sanjay Dutt is terrible.
So we got a training montage of Action Bronson training with Hook because we needed that apparently.
Yeah, I thought it was Otis.
I thought it was Bray Wyatt.
Why is this such a? Here's my thing. Yeah, also that too. that did cross my mind. This is Bray. The main thing I wanted to bring up, Action Bronson, I would say, be the C-list celebrity kind of deal. It's somewhere around there. Why isn't this going to be any type of Dynamite or big feature? Like when WWE features celebrities, big or small, they at least give them the spotlight. This is a throwaway matchup Rampage.
Well, they somehow go get the views up on Rampage. At some point, why don't they just move it to Thursday nights?
Compete with Impact.
I mean, they'll get more views than Impact, but like you might as well. It's not a time slot anyone really wants to watch anything on a Friday. Put it on Thursday.
Yeah, and here's me who watch everything, and I refuse to watch Rampage. I just can't. My soul told me it's a useless show, and I can't watch it. I did watch Dax and Cesaro though, just because my boy Dax and my boy Cesaro in it. Those are two of the best in the game right now, so you have to support them.
Yeah. So we've already covered Ethan Page, but he said is he the only one that takes his job serious? And then we get Matt Hardy cutting a promo against Darby. Why are we getting this again?
I don't know, and I don't want it, and this is another reason why I'm not watching Rampage. Why do I want to see Matt Hardy in a hardcore match with Darby Allin? Darby should be doing things. God damn it, AEW, you have Sting and Darby Allin. Do something.
No, but the fact that we could they consider Darby one of their pillars, but he's doing fuck all.
Yeah. I mean, he did more in his little tricycle event at the Nitro Circus than he does in AEW.
Yeah.
Like, he's completely quit. It seems like he's an afterthought. It's like when the Butcher was out playing with his band, and that's what Darby does on the side. And it's like, yeah, this makes more money for me. I don't know what the other shit is.
And then we get Powerhouse Hobbs versus
the way you said it makes it seem like he has a stuttering problem.
That's how he does it.
Yeah, I know, but it just feels like it was a part of the song. It goes Powerhouse or whatever it goes. You may see like that's the way he talks. My name is Powerhouse Hobbs, and I am about to write the book of Hobbs.
He faces some he faces some dude and then destroys him. Hobbs says on the mic he's moving on, but Ricky Starks doesn't necessarily believe it's over. Who comes through the crowd, very cool. Very like cool, calm, collected.
Yeah.
Hands his sunglasses, takes off his sunglasses, hands it to the security guard. But then this is what annoyed me.
He could have came to the back and it been the same thing, but
this is what annoyed me. He hits Powerhouse with the microphone, but it wasn't the right connection with the microphone.
Yeah.
I like the sound when the microphone. I'm all about the sound. But normally when you hit someone on the microphone, if you hit them clean, it's like...
It's one of those. Yeah.
Yeah, but you didn't get any of that.
I would also point out that Powerhouse Hobbs was bleeding before.
And then Taz just announced it.
And I was like, he was bleeding from the match. For that 2-second match. I don't know what that guy even did. I don't remember that dude landed anything. And I was like, why is he bleeding? And then, he's like, oh, he made him bleed. And I was like, no, he didn't. Starks did nothing.
And then we get...
As we continue with this feud.
Yeah. We get the Lucha Bros versus Keith Lee and Swerve. Guess what my autocorrect did with when I wrote Swerve? I've got Keith Lee and Steve.
Completely changes the match.
Whose house? Steve's house.
Steve Strickland. If you go with Steve Strickland, you'd be like, oh man, that dude's not impressive at all. I don't know who that guy gave me. Steve Strickland's coming over tomorrow. Well, keep him away from the kids.
Steve Strickland sounds like the third string cornerback for the Browns.
Entering the game after doing Steve Strickland, he's had 0 reps in the NFL,
0 tackles, 0 interceptions.
And completely fresh to the game. And he throws it away again. They're just gonna run the ball for the rest of the game.
I really like this match for what it was.
Yeah, it was fine. Was the belts on the line for this one? I can't remember. I just remember
because the belts are on the line next week at Grand Slam against the Acclaim, who come out at the end of the match. Essentially tells Steve never to interrupt him ever again.
This wasn't a rap, right?
No. And he tells him to roll his partner all the way to...
What the fuck? No Katamari Damachi shit. What the hell?
I imagine Swerve like running on Keith Lee like a barrel all the way to
Steve and the Giant Peach coming this fall.
And then Marvez is conducting some type of post-show, post-match interview with no one as the Death Triangle walk past, and then Pac takes offense to what he says.
Yeah. What are you talking about? We out there in these streets. We do what we gotta do. I have all the belts. I got all these meaningless belts. None of my belts matter.
And then if I had any respect left for Pac, it would have been all gone, Marcus, after he just got a jab and then got knocked the fuck out.
Nah, it was so ugly. It's so ugly, Randy. It looks so phony. The punch never came close to his face. He was late on the fall down. It was like, this looks terrible. And I guess Orange Cassidy wants the All Atlantic title. Okay.
You know he fell like when they told him to drop the title to Enzo.
He's having PTSD. He needs to no-show the event. That title means fuck all, though, right? It doesn't mean anything.
No, it's not. Well, they haven't established it enough.
And we've already had Orange Cassidy Pac, right? A few times.
Yeah.
There's no surprise here of the talent. The Orange Cassidy act is done. I'm telling you, it's done. I've seen it. He's gonna go really fast in the match, and he's gonna kick out of everybody's finisher. It's over. I don't care anymore.
Then we get Toni Storm and Athena versus Serena Deeb and Britt Baker. The thing on commentary was Britt Baker took out Shida because if Britt Baker can't get the tag team partner of her choice, neither can Toni Storm. Okay.
I was pissed because this was another chapter that was going to enter the Shida and Deeb feud. It's gone. And then we end up with Ember Moon or Athena, who cut a horrible promo in the back. Absolutely terrible.
I didn't even hear the promo. Did she cut promo?
She cut a promo, and luckily my fallen god is here. This toy store is here to help me. And she's like, blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. And I was like, this is terrible. You're terrible.
But what's happened here is...
I'm officially on you guys' side as how bad she is. I think she's just as bad as Jade Cargill. I think she's just as bad as Elektra Lopez. And
hold on. Don't put Jade in that conversation.
Jade's not that good in the ring. But
Jade... No. So I feel like there's criteria here. There is criteria here, Marcus. It goes Elektra Lopez. No, it goes AEW women. Elektra Lopez.
Hold on. Deeb don't deserve to be in that category.
No. So, there's some people that branch out of just AEW women. AEW women. Elektra Lopez. Actually, no, wait. Redo it. B-Fab. AEW women. Elektra Lopez.
Agree.
Athena.
Well, I will put Dana Brooks somewhere in there too as well. Dana Brooks,
some of the NXT women, the greener ones.
Yeah. There's a Tamina sighting.
Yeah. And then maybe you start looking where Jade
so much time on this chart. You spent this like you were doing a PWI 500. And you were starting from 500 and counting up.
Well, I forgot about all the women that don't make thumbnails.
Coming soon to the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. Manny's 500 women favorite female wrestlers. And it started with, wait a minute, $4.99 AEW women. AEW women.
Just amalgamation.
It's just a collection of random women they've thrown together.
At some point, I will make that list. I will make a list and we'll go through it on the show. They win. Serena Deeb and Britt Baker win after they distract the ref and throw Toni Storm into a chair. I don't think Toni Storm should have been taking this pin.
Yeah,
she's the champion.
It's an easy Athena pin. I didn't understand why she didn't take it. But I guess they want to give Britt Baker that title shot. But then 4 people get a title shot next week. They have the same match that they had it all out, right? It's a
I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention.
It's Athena, Storm, Britt Baker, and who's the fourth?
Hayter?
It's not Jamie Hayter. No, I don't think she's even in it.
Shida? Maybe
Shida. I don't remember.
Yeah, so after the match, Jamie Hayter looks to stop Britt Baker hitting Toni Storm with a chair, but Jamie then takes a chair and hits Toni Storm herself, before walking out.
Dramatic reading. She did it herself.
I burped in the middle of it.
Yeah, I know, but it just got very dramatic. And she did it. It hurts me to say this. She did it herself.
But I don't know why.
Jamie Hayter.
But Jamie Hayter is becoming a vibe. Like I don't know what it is, but she's getting herself over more than Britt Baker. It's suddenly happening.
Well, I think that Britt Baker is being exposed as being one of the AEW women in that category, where you go like, oh, she's not very good, and she
was female wrestler of the year according to these Observer reports.
Fuck all those people. They're just horny old dudes, just horny kids with their dicks in their hand. They're voting, and they're I guess they want Christian seconds according to that story, if that's even true, or thirds. I don't even know. But yeah, fuck all that. She's terrible. Jamie Hayter is who I've said is trash in the ring. Has gotten better.
A lot of the thing is, I joke that about the AEW women, but there are a few that are just really bad. But there are a few that have really stepped up their game. It's unfortunate for me. Like I like watching Chris Statlander when she's in the ring. She's really good, but like she's got another knee. She's got bad knees. She got allergic knees. She does not in the AEW women category, nor is Deeb.
Yeah. Nor is Jade Cargill, apparently. You took her out.
No, because Jade Cargill at least has a character. Whereas like a character can make things happen. Whereas
so does Abaddon.
Yeah, but where have you seen Abaddon? Where was the last time you seen? When was the last time you seen her?
Ready? Mark my words, and you can put this on the Best of October show. This is how far in advance is going in. I'm calling it right now. Abaddon will be around during Halloween season.
Yeah, of course you will. That's it.
I can't believe. I don't know how she fasts a physical every time she goes out there. She's puking up blood on her way to the ring. Doctors aren't shit.
And then we get to the main event, which is Chris Jericho versus Bryan Danielson. Very decent match. They chopped the shit out of each other. You should see Jericho's chest.
Choppy.
Jericho's chest was insane. And then Danielson picks up the win. Moxley comes out at the end of the match, and they have a face-to-face with Danielson as Big Daddy Regal watches on.
We're back to it. Long-term storytelling. I'm sure this is not intentional. They just had no choice. So who you got, Manny? Mox or the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson?
I feel like it's going to go to Danielson. I feel like it's likely that they'll put it on him. But again, I wouldn't.
Oh.
Only because Danielson has proven to be a bit fragile recently. So I think I don't think you run the risk of having another interim champion again.
Their whole company's in shambles at this point. That it just seems like that is the right route to go though. I put it on Danielson.
It's the right route.
Rox wants to go on his vacation. He was supposed to go anyway. He said, "I'll give you a few more weeks and I'll take another month." Danielson, is main event at WrestleMania, had titles, notoriety. Biggest star, one of the biggest stars in their company. Agree, should be there. And I think this MJF told stuff about feuding with Mox. It's just a curveball because the real feud is gonna be him and Danielson.
What if, for some disgusting reason next week, that chip is some kind of Money in the Bank thing where he cashes it in after that match, and Mox wins, and then Mox loses the title to MJF?
Yeah, I can see that happening, and him going, because he's been talking shit, and then he got him all mad, and Mox's like, "I'm the world champion!" Wow, 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 waddle dance, and then MJF comes out there and says, "You're a piece of shit, you're trailer tread." He's like, "You've been talking shit, I can beat you right now," and then Bryan Danson's like, "Go for it, MJF, go for it." He cashes in the chip. I can see it
Yeah.
happening. 1,000% see that happening.
Yeah, so
Manny, you must
that
be
was
in charge to
Dynamite.
control your narrative because you control their narrative right there.
That was Dynamite. It was a good show.
It was solid. But I'm going to
there's
put in the
bit-
category and I'll put... Oh, go ahead.
There's hints of it where I was just like, oh, why this? Like, it just felt... There was parts in it where it felt long.
Yeah. Well, I just felt like that talking segment went too long from MJF to the firm, and talking about each and every one of their goals, which was nice of them. Nice to give them TV time, but I think it could have been smoother. But other than that, it was a solid show. But I put in the same categories I put every show this week. Didn't blow my socks off, which I don't think there's ever anything that legitimately blew anybody's socks off. I don't even know where that phrase comes from, but. It didn't. Nothing blew my mind this week, and this is AEW and NXT.
Yeah. Speaking of NXT,
NXT.
Let's move into NXT.
I thought the show was over. I totally forgot.
So first of all, Marcus, we've got to get rid of this graphic.
No. Well, I will tell you the real reason why they had to change their logo, Manny, and I have the exclusive dirt sheet story behind it. A company sued NXT for their logo design.
Really?
Yeah. And so they had to go back to black and gold. It's not because Triple H loved the black and gold and all that. A company sued them for that logo, and they had to change it because they said it was ripping them off. And you don't know who that company was?
Who?
The World Breakfast Federation. We got them. We got them. Cease and desist. Sons of bitches, we got them. Yes, we're not on TV, but we still around. And we got you, Jeremy McDevitt and Paul Levesque. We got your ass. We put the pressure on you. I was on your back. Hey, Tony, how does that make you feel? Great. Great.
Great.
So, next week, where the Oatmeal Man goes for his final match, the last match of the Oatmeal Man, as he can't go no more against Tony the Tiger. It's gonna be epic.
Oh, we need to do one of those shows once again. So NXT open up with the Creed brothers versus Pretty Deadly in a cage match for the NXT tag team titles. Come on, Judas Creed is a beast.
Yeah, he's like a bigger Kurt Angle. I don't even know what category to put him in. So many wrestlers he reminds me of. He reminds me of Jack Swagger, but better, like a lot better. He has just like, I believe there's one day he's going to just put on a bunch of muscle and he's going to be extremely scary to look at and make it like a Brock Lesnar. But Julius Creed is amazing.
I always feel uncomfortable when isn't it Brutus?
Yeah.
Does the cannonball, because he did not land anytime he did it, he did not land flush. One time he landed on his brother and I thought he crushed his brother's leg.
Yeah, it's never good. He needs to stop. I wish Sean Heartbreak Kid, tell him to stop. I believe he's called the Spanish meatball or the Swedish meatball or something. Tell him stop doing it. It's not sexy, Playboy. It's a great Usher would say. It's not sexy.
And then Damon Kemp made his way to the ring, and then somehow managed to handcuff Julius Creed to the top of a very small cage, whilst Julius Creed was kicking the shit out of him. I was like, how did he manage to do that whilst them kicks were coming through?
Yeah.
I mean, like, ow, motherfucker, ow!
What the hell? I don't know how you get beat up behind a cage. I've never seen nobody get beat up on the other side of a cage. Like, oh, Kemp, you ain't shit. You got beat up and he's on the side of the cage? That's like getting bit by a dog. He was like, you know, that dog bit me. He was in the cage. Yeah. It's fucking crazy. I have problems with this finish or the setup for the finish and the handcuff.
Or the spilt milk finish. Oh
no. The handcuffing of Julius Creed.
Yeah, but it didn't make sense.
Brutus could have won the match. Only one had the escape, I believe, right?
No, both had to escape.
They
No,
both had to
both did.
escape?
Yeah.
Well, I have a problem with the whole match then, Manny. The whole match. Let one escape, beat the living shit out of the other guy.
Yeah, that's my strategy whenever I'm put into those tag in that tag setting in 2K. You know, let one escape and then just beat the crap out of him, and then we both escape.
Yeah, stupid. We killed your partner.
Yeah.
The kid. But Brutus had time to just walk out the door multiple times, or come back, or do other stuff, or go get bolt cutters or something. They couldn't pin him while he was up there.
Yeah, but if he escaped, then they could have just escaped.
Yeah, this whole match is flawed. When it comes to dual escaping. Just if one person escaped or one pinfall or something, that's the only way you can do it. I enjoyed the match, but it's stupid. It is stupid.
Fallon Henley versus Lash Legend. The match was kind of just there. You knew Fallon was going to win when they brought out the Connor's Cure kid.
Yeah, you know, I was still rooting against her.
So was I.
I totally forgot that the kid came out with. I was like, "Oh, they brought a kid. That's nice." And
I'm fully on the train of Pretty Deadly and Lash Legend.
Yeah.
I'm on that train. So Wesley wins the title opportunity, but then he gets killed in the back.
Wesley, just nothing goes right for him. Just I'm dead. And like I remember him pointing at them and he going like, "What y'all doing here?" Ah, sucker! You think we care? You think we care? And my favorite thing was the extra door slam by Mello, just to make sure he's dead.
Eric said, "How dare they use a kid for my cheers? I booed them even more." I don't boo Fallon. I boo the boys.
Fallon's outfit is an outfit designed to look like the Confederate flag. Get her out of here.
Fallon is the better of the three of them.
Yeah, but also in this combination of green untalented wrestlers, what you call him? Brooks doesn't have the worst punches in the game no more. He somehow graduated to the second worst punches in the game.
Well, who was the first?
We'll get to that later in the show, Manny.
So we're going to cover a lot quite quickly. Sangha tries to uplift Bird Lady and Friend because Friend is now going to be out for 9 months.
This story, out 9 months. What happened, baby? What happened?
And then
like, now, bitch, it's your time. You're going to have to go solo. Okay.
Well, he didn't even get that. He didn't even get to say all of that because an angry Von Wagner, who didn't win the vote, interrupts, which he and Sangha remind him to watch his language because there's ladies present. Which then nice he tried to square up to him, and then Robert Stone said, "No, it's not the time. Not the time.
Not the time. Not the time. Not now.
Not now.
Not now."
The Virgin Brooks Jensen tells Mandy he saw her Instagram post last week and her titles look amazing.
Well played. Also, sexual harassment in the workplace.
Cora Jade explained her view on the women's division, claims to be the number one woman in the industry in the next year. Why?
Go for it.
Wendy Chu and Lash Legend get into some beef.
Over nothing. Lash Legend just walks into trouble, apparently. Like she's just walking by. Ow, I lost my match, fixing my jaw. Wendy Chu. Fuck you, Wendy Chu. Like out of nowhere. Like, why did that happen? Lash Legend just walks into trouble. Stratton hasn't been seen since the death match, by the way.
Who?
Tiffany Stratton has not been seen since that death match with Wendy Chu. Wendy Chu's back.
Oh yeah,
but Tiffany Stratton's been dead since then.
Main roster. She goes to the main roster.
Moving on up.
Toxic and Trash can make their way to the ring. Mandy said that she did what she said she was going to do. Unify them titles. When NXT Europe starts, she will run that too.
Yes, I run it all. Put respect on my name. Goddamn.
JC Jane gets on the mic. She says they are a super group. Gigi says When they think of NXT, they think of Toxic Attraction and her and JJ elevating the tag gold to the most important tag team titles in the industry.
I'm not going to even argue. I'm not going to argue about their women's tag team title rank. I'm sure the Impact tag team titles have more lineage, but it was canceled for years too. I'm going to say the NXT titles are the only respected women's titles in all wrestling. Just going to say it. But I want to also add this, Manny. Not count Stardom. They exist in their own plane. Whatever. As Jamal said on the show on the PWI list, it's just going to be their top 5 women wrestlers. Stardom is just going to be Stardom under number 3. It's just going to be like they're doing whatever they're doing. They're doing whatever they're doing. But do you agree that Mandy Rose will be the face of the NXT 2.0 era since this is the last night of the 2.0 era? Who do you have as the face? Over Braun Breaker?
Yes! Braun Breaker should not be holding that title.
I understand. But when you think NXT 2.0, what wrestler first comes to mind? It's not Mandy. You know it's not.
Obviously for me it's Nikita Lyons, but but in the landscape it is Toxic Attraction. It's not Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker.
I have the face of NXT 2.0. He's not my favorite.
No, Braun Breaker had all this hype around him where we were calling him the guy this time last year. We were calling him the guy.
I was calling him the future guy, not my guy though.
But he fizzled out so much since that period that I was like, he's not the guy. Melo has surpassed him. Melo's NXT North American title reign was more significant than all of both Braun Breaker's title reign.
Which match of Melo's do you remember, Manny? Come on.
None of them. However, I remember all the nonsense he does.
Yes. So, what is your NXT 2.0 Mount Rushmore?
Toxic Attraction and Nikita Lyons.
They take one spot.
No, they take all 3.
It's some tits, an ass, and a hat. That's all you got.
Nikita Lyons' ass is the entire Mount Rushmore. And then Melo and Trick.
I don't even know if that's enough names or whatever, but okay, let's go with that. Because if her ass is the mountain.
I get a 5th if her ass is the mountain.
So you have like 7. You have all the Toxic Attraction. That's 1, 2, 3. You got Melo and Trick.
That's 5.
You got Nikita Lyons' ass.
No, that's 6. Okay, that's 6. However, I could cut out JC Jane. In NXT, I cut out JC Jane because NXT JC Jane is nothing. SmackDown JC Jane is a different kettle of water.
And I'm coining this because she always throws the guns up. I'm calling her the girl slinger. I don't know if it's going to catch up, but I copyrighted it, so they have to pay me. Just like with the Breakfast Federation in WWE. I own all the rights you want.
Which makes so the top 4 was of the poll of who is the breakout star. It wasn't the breakout star of NXT. It was Toxic Attraction, Melo, Nikita Lyons, and Braun Breaker. Again, Braun Breaker should not be in that list.
No, he's of all the 3 people, he had the least significant impact. Yeah, he's all right. He's all right in the ring, but he's a boring character. Nikita Lyons brought the views. She showed up, and everybody went, "What the fuck is all this?" Like all of this. Toxic Attraction, the reinvention of Mandy Rose, is the key story to NXT 2.0. And then Melo and Trick have been consistently the most entertaining characters on this whole show.
The NXT parking lot deserves to be in this list more than Braun Breaker.
No, they've been in NXT a long time. The NXT parking lot is like Roderick Strong. They just been there forever.
Well, and then no love for Legado at all.
Well, they were more black and gold. They transitioned into the 2.0 and just kind of stayed in that Roderick Strong category. But you also got to add no Tony D'Angelo.
But I don't think he's had his moment yet.
Yeah.
Like, you know how Melo, Braun, and almost like Grayson have kind of had their moments in NXT.
Yeah.
I don't think Tony's really had his kind of big moment. He's had big wins over Pete Dunne, but that's it.
Yeah. And then, and we're in the 2.0 era, Manny. I don't like this man. I think he's talentless. I think he's terrible. But when I think NXT 2.0, it's not just Braun Breaker's name that comes to my mind. Von Wagner's name come in. The stank of Von Wagner just hovers over that show. Like when people talk bad of NXT 2.0, the first person that comes to mind, yeah, they're working on Braun Breaker.
So Eric just bring up a good point. Tony D killed a man at the docks. That is a moment. Yes, but I'm talking about match moment, not a moment that we enjoy.
He had that moment he got rid of Santos and he beat Ciampa.
We enjoy the dumb shit on NXT 2.0, but like he hasn't had like a breakout match that's like, you know what, this guy's gonna be a star.
I thought his Ciampa match was pretty good. And his Legardo match with Santos was pretty good. And they had that moment of hip Crowbar versus what are they called? Brass Knuckles. Nunchucks. That'd be amazing though. But Crowbar versus Brass Knuckles. And I would say Tony's has had his moment. He single-handedly whacked off NXT Black and Gold. If you think about the people he's beaten.
And then we move into Marcus versus Sean Gallagher. the super diva Quincy Elliott.
Yes. Everything about this was sports entertainment. This is the kind of character that makes me want to watch wrestling. It's ridiculous. Everything about this is ludicrous. Nothing about this should work. Nothing.
Do you know the moment he stepped out? If Vince McMahon was still running WWE, he'd be on Raw next week.
Yeah. He was chasing that 24/7 title in 3 weeks, though. He would have been out there. Like, the dude ripped off Goldust. He ripped off Viscera. He decided to be Magic Johnson's son mixed in with Biggie Smalls. What's the villain from Cobra Commander or whatever his name is? I'm Deathstroke. Like, he went with all of that. And they did something simple, kept it sweet, simple, and ended the match. I think Eric has a comment.
He was shucking and jiving, and I hated it for Swerve.
Come on!
For that. But I will let it slide for the Super Diva. Eric, Swerve is now no longer known as Swerve. He is now known as Steve.
He's Steve Strickland, due to Apple autocorrect. Steve Strickland, everybody.
Steve Strickland.
Although I would also add Swerve and Keith Lee, if they were to merge and become one person, they would be the Super Diva Quincy Jones. Quincy Jones.
Yeah. Quincy Jones. Tony D and Stax take on Cameron Grimes and a mystery opponent. Gacy comes out to help Grimes as his partner, much to Grimes' dismay. After some beating, Grimes does eventually tag in Gacy, but then questions what is he doing. They eventually pick up the win. Gacy hugs him, but Grimes reiterates he doesn't need him, and then the Dyad take out Grimes.
We gave you 3 chances, goddammit. Now we gotta beat that ass. They gotta beat that ass. Hey, the Dyad went in trouble this week. I don't know. They wanted to smoke.
Yeah, but who's the guy in the red hoodie?
I don't know.
So a guy come out in a red hoodie, accosted Malik Blade and Idris Elba. Idris Elba? Idris Elba.
I didn't know he showed the 2.0. Hey, mate, I'm just here.
Luther would be an amazing wrestler.
Yes. So haggard and beat up and tortured.
That's CM Punk. So yeah.
Imagine Luther renting at a podium. I tried to give him money. He would not go away.
Yeah, so Idris Enofe and thing, they apparently this person in the red hoodie was telling them to vote for Joe Gacy. And they said that they're not going to vote for him. And then the Dyad come out.
Yeah.
And then then start a ruckus.
Yeah, and I was like, wait a minute. they just beat up a person. They're gonna beat up people in the parking lot too.
Yeah, but this is when someone reminded Hank he got a match now.
Hank, you can't be here, Hank. Hank, you got a match. And finally, someone has explained to they have cured all continuity, any era, any things that's weird in wrestling. Whenever you see a wrestler doing security work, they are getting what WWE offers training, wrestling training. And if you are okay, they will have you do security work and pay you in wrestling lessons. That's why you got to see Sheamus and Wade Barrett do it, or Keith Lee, or MJF, or all these people over the years. Have you seen play security guards? They have fixed that whatsoever. And spoiler alert, Manny, that's who has the worst punches in the game. Hank is terrible.
Yeah, but should we not allow him, given that he's not a wrestler, according to kayfabe? Because he had no Titantron, he had no entrance music, he had no gear. He just came out as a man.
He came out like it was Casual Friday. He didn't even have his security clothes on. How dare you? How dare you?
And then he won with a splash and a crossbody. Big body Hovey. It's a small body Hovey.
Yeah, it's embarrassing. And the funny part is, I think on exclusive, Shawn Michaels offers Hank a contract, and I go like, Triple H, can we step in and not do this?
Yeah, someone needs to veto this. Someone needs to veto this.
Yeah, we need to veto that and fire Big Body Hobby because he can't cut the mustard, brother.
And then I skipped a match. It was Nikita Lyons and Zoe Stark versus Ariana Grace and Kiana James. Interestingly enough, I found the person that's playing Kiana James' assistant, and on her Instagram story, she was saying that she was learning English, having English lessons. So, and it's also, I think it's coming from, it's a WWE English lesson kind of thing, because they had the how you speak and all this stuff. And then it was like, after this, we'll do some WWE verbiage. So it's quite interesting that I saw the way it was written. It was like, oh, they actually teach people English.
Interesting. I did not know that. But she doesn't speak English? I didn't even know that.
Well, I think she's heavily trained in some type of martial art, which is, I think, what led to her being signed.
Okay. Interesting. Well, I'm calling this group the porn group. I don't know. I don't know about you guys. I'm the tag team of Pornhub or Wrestling Hub or whatever they want to call themselves.
Wrestling Hub.
They remind me of everything about them is porn. She ain't no CEO of nothing dressed like that, Manny. You know it. What's the truth of that? Not only she has all these jobs, she's a part-time wrestler. It doesn't even make sense. That is a porno. That is a porno character. That's what kind of job she has. Anyway, they lose.
Surprisingly enough, I didn't find that this match was terrible. Like, everyone in this match outside of probably Zoe Stark is incredibly green, but they hid it. They hid the flaws in this match for somehow.
Yeah. I think the main CEO. I want to make sure Kiana James. I always forget her name.
Yeah.
She's I think she's coming along. She's in one of those that are developing pretty well. And then he has Zoe Stark. Nikita looked like the worst one in the match, though, to be honest. She just came in.
She doesn't do anything. I told you she just
her split and her kick. I realized she has no wrestling moves at all.
She is just there for show.
Yeah, that's how you get people in. Again, the new NXT logo should be in Nikita Lyons T right there. We're doing the split.
And then
Many will be happy about that. Maybe I give you that for the Saturday show.
Carmelo Hayes versus no one we were supposed to get. Melo was supposed to have his celebration. Melo says he did Wesley a favor. He isn't built to handle the life as the A champion. People in the back have been praying for his downfall.
I've seen him. I've seen him do it. Oh, please let Melo fail today.
And then out comes Solo Sikoa, the street champion.
The street
Back to
champion,
NXT.
which made me go, no, that's not fair. That's not fair.
Well, that's what Melo's look was. It was like, fuck.
I mean, he did say he had next, but which is long-term storytelling. But he was supposed to be. Well, he's a liar. He's a fucking liar. Last time we saw him on NXT, he was out to 4 to 6 months with a torn something. Next thing you know, I see him in the UK wreaking havoc on Drew McIntyre. Now he's
he's still got his knee brace on. He's
still selling it like Malachi Black's eye or some shit. But he came back. Who knew he was coming back? I was like, that title go. That title go, man.
Yeah, so Solo defeats Melo with the Uso splash. And then, yeah, your new NXT North American champion.
All right. So it's rumored that Carmelo and Trick are going to, or Carmelo might be going to the main roster. I don't know about Trick. I think Trick should stay down, but do part-time work on the main roster as well. Travel Trick. And I think, although I know the spoiler for NXT. Oh.
So if you don't want to know the spoiler, press mute now.
How do I do this? I'm stuck. I don't want to know the spoiler.
So
I don't want to know the spoiler, Manny. You about to say
Ultimo Dragunov returns to NXT.
You son of a bitch!
Yeah.
I didn't know Ultimo Dragunov was going to show up. God damn it. You son of a bitch.
So he's back. And he looks like he's bronze Nick opponent.
I know Ultimo Dragon has won titles everywhere, but his Russian gimmick is my least favorite.
So I think Melo should have won that NXT title before he leaves to go to the main roster, because I think he's better. He's done a better job at being a champion than Braun.
Yeah, but if they plan on bringing him up, it's better than ruining the championship. Some people, don't have to be champion. Like, I think he'd be a good feud on the main roster. I would link him with MVP and Omos. If you want to do the Hurt Business again, that's a better version of the Hurt Business.
Yeah, but I think he was kind of against that idea in the first place when they started grouping black people together.
Well, no, I was putting them in Hit Row.
Oh, was it Hit Row?
They're not like, they're nothing like the people in Hit Row. That's a different vibe. They're rappers. I'm talking about businessmen. Trick and Melo are more businessmen. Shady businessmen, but probably businessmen. And they're more aligned with the MVP.
Well, what? So who stays in it? Omos? Do you keep Cedric
Omos,
around?
MVP and Trick.
So what's Cedric? Where's Cedric and Shelton?
Shelton's hurt, I believe. I don't know what Cedric's doing. I don't know. Why can't they fire Cedric and just have him move on? You're not going to use him. Come on, Triple H. Even in your new era, you may like these people. You don't plan on using him or Mustafa Ali. Just let them move on.
I don't know what they're doing with Mustafa Ali at all.
Nothing. Just, have these guys move on. If you're not going to use them, just let them go. I'm sure the AEW guys or the Impact guys or anybody else guys would sign these guys in a minute and they would actually be used. But use these people. Send them all.
So what did you think of NXT's anniversary show?
Yeah, it was there. I think beyond the cage match, there was just a bunch of other filler matches. Once Solo came out, I knew he was winning. It seemed eventful. But it was an average show, to be honest.
Do for a anniversary show that they were pumping it to be, it didn't feel like one. It felt like a regular episode of NXT. Do you like even the tag matches and the thing at the end, the title match at the end? It didn't feel like, oh, we're making a big deal out of this. It was just like a run-of-the-mill episode of NXT for me.
Yeah. And then Shawn Michaels mumbled at the end.
Jerry's trying to do that. And we're constantly evolving.
And I go, what was that? And then I see the Black Gun logo. Oh, that's where he was going to.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting. Is like, do they bring in more people? that more indie talent? Like what else can they do?
I think it's gonna be a mix of Black and Gold NXT, which will make all the IWC happy who didn't watch NXT when the war was going on. When he really needed you. When he needed you there, you guys vanished like the Avatar.
Eric said
now they gotta come back.
NXT 2.0's 1 year anniversary felt like the middle portion of AEW Dynamite. Yeah, it did.
It's a harsh review. But
it's true though.
Yeah. It was an eventful show, but it didn't really have it wasn't a 1 year anniversary. I'm gonna miss 2.0 era though. I miss it. It was a cartoon, it was a show, it had a lot of showmanship. It was as I said on ETE yesterday, you can go back and watch the footage or whatever. It's all about NXT 2.0 or whatnot. But you can also my review of the show is there was no wrestling show like NXT 2.0. It just seemed like a lot of people were just randomly doing stuff and having fun, whether it's with Chase U or us bashing Nikita Lyons the Last Legend segment or Tony D'Angelo. There was a lot of colorful characters that I miss in wrestling. Now everybody trying to be all rural and edgy and dark, or they're trying to be add stuff. Or just Seth Rollins, they all trying to add all this I need to win and all that. I miss the cartoon aspect of pro wrestling, just the silliness. That's what I liked about 2.0.
Yeah, but it was kind of breath away from kind of everything else, like Raw, what Raw and SmackDown were trying to be, and what Dynamite is trying to be. It was like completely different, because like Black and Gold was pretty much the same thing as Dynamite.
It was just Ring of Honor. Yeah. It was just Ring of Honor and Dynamite and all those other shows. Yeah.
Which is entertaining, but then at times you feel towards the end it's kind of run its course. It did feel like it ran its course. And like but like when you watch Black and Gold and you feel like some of these people don't transition well to the main roster, it feels like, okay, this kind of run its course and we need real characters now. And I feel that's what they've kind of got. They've got a basis, they've got a building ground of like characters now in NXT, which they can move forward going forward in the future of this Triple H era of wrestling.
Yep.
I had a weird idea to do what they could do next with NXT.
What's that?
Do you know when they talk about this supplemental draft? When they do the WWE draft?
Yeah.
I think they should draft NXT talent that go to and from. So they'll be on NXT, but they represent Raw. Like, do you know how the NFL Europe thing kind of worked out, where they weren't that good, so they sent them over to whatever team, and then they'd play for that team, but they'd have the logo of the team that they're from. But like, I think it makes sense that way. You speed up the development. People get to know these people a lot more quicker on the main roster. They come back and do a stint back in NXT. So it's a constant flow of coming back and forth. It's not just they're on NXT, they're developmental.
Well, it's the early stages of NXT, basically what you're suggesting. Remember when Natty and Cesaro and Tyson Kidd would be on NXT and the main roster? Yeah. They weren't really developing, but they were helping the talent, and they were like the top tier NXT talent. And they would go back and forth. And then I think even Sami Zayn did it for a little bit when he was still fighting people.
And then you can have and then you can actually include NXT in Survivor Series in that kind of way, because then it's like, oh, the NXT talent representing their brand of SmackDown and Raw. Mm-hmm. So it's not like, oh, NXT versus Raw versus SmackDown, because that shouldn't work, and NXT shouldn't win.
But they did, Manny. They did.
Yeah.
Gonna miss Wale. Wale's gone. No more down south slanging.
You don't know. They may ask Wale to make another song.
We're not dealing with these hustlers anymore.
He may make another one.
Nah, they're going back to heavy metal. You know it. Triple H is going back to his heavy metal. He's like, we're going back. Gotta go back.
No, go get Bad Bunny to make him a song.
But I look forward to seeing the new changes of NXT. Why are they taping shows this week? Is there a reason?
No one's really suggested it. I think maybe they're doing something in a performance center or something. Maybe that's why they're not doing it. Maybe that's why they've taped 2 weeks worth of TV.
Yeah, because I think they're doing 2 weeks and they're coming back to the end of the month, and it's like, oh, we're live again.
Yeah,
interesting. Maybe they're going back to Full Sail.
I mean, they should be able to go back to Full Sail. I think they need to get out of it, and start moving it around a little bit. Not all the time, but a little bit. They need to change it up a little bit because it is getting a bit boring watching it in that tiny venue.
Well, just seeing the same people. I'm tired of seeing the same people in the crowd. I would like for them to move around. I know they've been touring, basically just Florida, but I wouldn't mind them doing like one-off shows here and there, just small venues, very small venues, because I don't think they could sell out anywhere with some of these people, but still small venues like,
There's no. I don't see if this is a return of takeovers. I think if they were to start the tour again, they could easily get about 2,000 people. Venues like that. I think AEW at this current stage where they do 5,000. I think venues.
Yeah, the last attendance wasn't good though. They did a small venue, didn't do well, but
it depends where they go, really.
Yeah,
but AEW kind of do the same loop all the time: New York, Chicago, Texas.
I don't think they even do Texas that much. I think this. Yeah, it's mostly those, huh?
Marcus, how many times have you seen a Texas death match? They go to Texas a lot.
5, maybe 6. Yeah, but not as much as they go to Chicago and New York. They're always there. Like, it is nonstop over there. Like, I think they go to West Virginia or one of the Dakotas or something a lot too.
Yeah.
But change it up. Change it up.
But I think that is the end of today's show, Marcus. What say you?
Yeah, I'm done. I'm tired. I got, work later and stuff. So
I've got to go eat. So let's just bow out like NXT 2.0.
Hold on. Can we get a Shawn Michaels voiceover to end the show?
Grunting into a microphone. Just sweet chin music. Remember when I had 2 eyes? Neither do I.
Peace. You are awful.
Am I, Manny? Am I?
Yes.
Am I?
Yes, you are.
I am not awful. I am a good person. I am a good Christian. I go to church every Sundays that a wrestling event doesn't take place on, which is every weekend. There's some type of wrestling anywhere. So one day there's not going to be no wrestling on, and I will walk my fat ass into church and immediately get lightning strike.
And now we really are out. Peace.